After the official announcement of the X-1, the balance of power in the international scene began to shift at an accelerated pace. Several countries went into maximum alert, and emergency meetings between world leaders became daily occurrences. At the UN, the topic dominated discussions: how to deal with the emergence of such advanced technology that was beyond the control of any nation. China and Russia were the first to react. Confidential reports indicated that both countries had already initiated operations to try to replicate the X-1's capabilities. It was speculated that cyber spies had been mobilized to infiltrate SpaceX servers, while scientists and engineers worked tirelessly on alternative projects to neutralize the aerial vehicle's technological superiority. Meanwhile, Elon Musk was determined to showcase his power, but with a peculiar strategy. He chose to remain an independent player. Rather than aligning the X-1 exclusively with the interests of the United States or any other government, Musk announced that his creation would not be available for offensive military use, except in extreme circumstances. This statement sparked mixed reactions. On one hand, some praised the billionaire's ethical stance. On the other, critics labeled it as a dangerous bluff. If Musk believes he can control the use of this technology on his own, he's mistaken. "The world doesn't work that way," said a global security expert in an interview with CNN. Meanwhile, in the American capital, the situation grew increasingly tense. The US government, already at odds with Musk due to his refusal to share the X-1 secrets, began investigating ways to pressure him. Rumors of a possible nationalization of SpaceX began to circulate. In response, Musk posted an enigmatic message on his X account, formerly Twitter. "Don't confuse power with control. History always favors those who dare to innovate, not those who fear the future." This defiant stance made it clear that Musk would not back down easily, but it also led to unexpected consequences. Protesters appeared in various parts of the world, with groups demanding greater transparency about the X-1 project. Many feared that Musk was creating a new form of technological imperialism, while others considered him a modern-day hero, fighting against archaic and corrupt systems. Then came the unexpected. A coordinated attack on SpaceX's satellite system, presumably carried out by an international consortium, left dozens of satellites out of operation for several hours. While the company quickly restored operations, the message was clear: there would be no room for neutrality in such a monumental power struggle. In response, Musk revealed an additional feature of the X-1: it could operate as an orbital platform. During a live demonstration broadcast to billions of people, Musk sent the X-1 into space, and within minutes, the vehicle returned to Earth, landing smoothly at a SpaceX base. The message was clear: the X-1 was not just a fighter jet or a weapon, it was a key to space dominance. Faced with this new reality, the United States made its move. The president, in an official statement, invited Musk to lead a new global technological security alliance, promising full collaboration, but with one condition: the X-1 should be regulated by an international council made up of the world's major powers. However, Musk did not give an immediate response. Instead, he called for a historic press conference in the Nevada desert, the rumored location where the X-1 was originally tested. At the press conference, Musk made a statement that shocked the world. "Technology will never be controlled by forces seeking to restrict human progress. The X-1 is just the beginning. The true purpose of this technology is far greater than war, politics, or economics. It's about our survival as a species. The next frontier is not Earth, it's space. And I'm creating a fleet that will take us there." He then revealed an even more ambitious project, Project Ark, a secret SpaceX initiative to build a fleet of vehicles that could colonize Mars. Musk emphasized that, with the X-1 leading the way, humanity finally had a real chance to become a multiplanetary species. This revelation was met with a mix of skepticism, enthusiasm, and fear. While some saw Project Ark as a milestone in human history, others feared that Musk was concentrating too much power in his hands. "He's no longer just a businessman, he's a stateless ruler," commented a political analyst. But the story was far from over. Reports indicated that hackers were joining underground networks to sabotage Musk's projects, while nations like China and Russia ramped up their research into space combat technologies. Musk himself seemed undeterred. On the contrary, he was already working on a new version of the X-1, dubbed the X-1 Eclipse, designed to be even more advanced and practically invulnerable. The race to the future was officially underway, but the question on everyone's mind was, who would be able to keep up with Elon Musk in this new era of technological power? And what would be the consequences of a world where the sky and space became the new battlefields? This version has been optimized for narration and video format, with attention-grabbing phrases, dramatic moments, and a focus on key events. It highlights the stakes, conflict, and global implications of the story, while maintaining a narrative flow suitable for captivating video on technology and the future. With the revelation of the X1, international tension skyrocketed. Contrary to what many expected, Musk didn't attempt to monopolize the technology. Instead, he did something far bolder. He implied that SpaceX was no longer under government control. His independence made him a dual target, both for governments and for other corporate giants, who viewed his disruptive vision as a threat to the global economic order. The United States responded immediately. The president called an urgent meeting with congressional leaders. The issue was clear: the X1 wasn't just cutting-edge technology, it was a symbol of economic and military power capable of altering the global balance. The threat of a market fully controlled by Musk, who was not bound by traditional sovereignty or regulations, put many on high alert. If Musk manages to dominate the aircraft and satellite market, he'll control crucial areas for national security and the global economy, stated the head of the Pentagon during a live interview that day. China, which had also been investing heavily in new technologies, issued a statement warning about the risks of power concentration in the hands of a single corporation. Their government, adopting a more assertive stance, demanded that the X1 be reclassified as a non-exclusive private project, proposing an international alliance to monitor and control all dual-use technological innovations. However, Musk remained unyielding. The X1 will not be used to manipulate governments, but to challenge the limits of what humanity can achieve, he said during a press conference broadcast worldwide. Meanwhile, the tech startup market heated up. Smaller companies began developing similar technologies, attempting to catch up with SpaceX in terms of innovation. Some began collaborating with other governments, offering alternatives to the X1. Competition was intensifying, and the technological war was just beginning. But the real drama was happening behind the scenes. In the United States, a group of investors and former executives from major tech companies started plotting to sabotage Musk's dominance, worried about his growing influence. This was no longer just a business rivalry, it was a race for global control. At the same time, with the X1 becoming a worldwide sensation, the public was divided. A surge of popular support emerged in many parts of the world, especially among the youth, who saw Musk as a modern icon, someone willing to challenge the big institutions and push humanity to new frontiers. To many, the X1 symbolized the promise of a future where the status quo could be broken, the powerful could be challenged, and new opportunities would arise. On the other hand, activist groups began protesting the lack of regulation around the new technology. For them, the X1 wasn't just an innovation, it was a new form of technological oppression that, if left unchecked, could be used for mass surveillance, social control, or even military operations without government oversight. As this was unfolding, the financial market began reacting. Tesla, already under the spotlight due to the growth of its electric vehicle platform, saw its stock skyrocket, reflecting unwavering confidence in what Musk was capable of. Meanwhile, SpaceX began attracting billions of dollars in investments, promising to transform the aviation and space travel industries. The media didn't shy away from exploring the most controversial aspects of the story. In documentaries and news reports, Musk was portrayed as both an eccentric visionary and a dark character capable of manipulating the global fate to his own will. Connections between SpaceX and the US government began to be investigated, raising questions about possible conflicts of interest. In the middle of all this, Musk himself started publicly sharing his opinions. On social media, he challenged political figures, explained his motivations more openly, and made statements about how technology should be used for the collective good, without being controlled by major powers. But the biggest twist came when the US government announced a new cybersecurity law and dual-use technology regulation. The proposal was simple: any company developing technologies with military or national security implications would be subject to rigorous oversight and international analysis. SpaceX was clearly at the center of this debate. The tension between governmental control and Musk's private power was on the verge of exploding. The critical question remained: could something as powerful as the X1 be controlled without stifling innovation or corporate freedom?